Congress recently voted down a resolution to bar further U.S. hostilities against Venezuela. It was filed January 7th, a few days after the U.S. invasion of Venezuela and kidnapping of President Nicolas Maduro. Unfortunately, this is what always happens, and it happens because the public is kept ignorant of the law. When the U.S. launches a new war, the narrative always starts with the alleged war powers of Congress. Only Congress can declare war, they say. It's in the Constitution. And it is true that the other branches of government can't declare war, but this doesn't mean that Congress always can. That's because the Constitution also says in Article 6 that signed treaties are the supreme law of the land, along with federal laws and the Constitution itself. The UN Charter already bars aggressive war, and Article 6 elevates this to domestic law on the same level as anything Congress can do. So Congress cannot legally declare war in contravention of treaty. The invasion of Venezuela and kidnapping of President Nicolas Maduro was and remains illegal. Because so few Americans understand this, they fall for it every time. Let's let Congress decide, they say. They get all excited about that. They get their hopes up. Members of Congress start strutting around, writing bills, going on TV, and having debates, until a few weeks later the hype dies down and they quietly drop the whole thing. They do this to defuse opposition, not to support it. But even if they were to act to stop the warmongering, it would be redundant and it would be easily ignored by the White House, just like the law we already have. As a supreme law of the land, the provisions of treaties are not just a foreign matter to argue about at the UN. And they don't need Congress to make them laws. They already are the law. The fact that they can be so easily evaded is a constitutional crisis. The language of Article 6 is plain. There is no doubt what it means, and yet our government acts like it isn't there. If that can happen to one part of the Constitution, it can happen to any part. Without a Constitution, the Republic will collapse. Meanwhile, any country that signs a treaty with us has to think very carefully. They know our government will break it.